What's up, Michigan? Welcome back to State Champs High School Sports Show. My name is Lorne Planton. You've landed at the catch-all show for everything currently up on the network, and it's a lot.
I'm Elizabeth Coon, and despite winter refusing to go away quietly, the weather did improve enough for us to get some great spring sports action from across the state.
State Champs High School Sports Show is presented by Lawrence Technological University. World-class undergraduate programs, over 24 NAIA varsity sports, and you can recruit yourself. Visit LTUathletics.com.
Our lacrosse show Face Off premieres every Wednesday here on the network. It's chock full of highlights and good old lacrosse talk as Sean Belegian and Greg Durham break it down. Check out the show at statechampsnetwork.com or on the State Champs TV YouTube page. Let's take a look at this week's highlights.
Let's start with the ladies on the west side of the state. Two teams in our State Champs Top 10 rankings squaring off as number 3 Forest Hills Northern Eastern at home to take on the 9-time Division I State Champs, Rockford. Northern Eastern got off to a good start in this one, leading 8-3 at the break. Rockford fought back in the second half. Isabel Osborne led the team with 4 goals, but it wasn't enough. Elena Davis put up 5 tallies. Northern Eastern takes down Rockford 12-10 the final. Staying on the west side, the Rockford boys squad at home to take on East Grand Rapids. Pioneers ranked 6th in our latest rankings, getting it done. Led by the junior Drew Jakowski, put up a 5-spot. East Grand Rapids a 14-7 victory over their rivals from Rockford. To the east side of the mitten for a Catholic League tussle, Royal Oak Shrine hosting the Falcons from Dearborn Divine Child. Both teams exchanging goals in the opening quarter with Shrine leading 4-3. The Knights would take off from there. The senior Connor Benson finding the twine with regularity. He netted a game-high 6 goals. Knights take down Divine Child. Your final score, 12-8. You know, Liz, for 2 years now, State Champs and the great men and women that make up the Detroit Medical Center's physical therapy and sports medicine team have partnered up with us to give athletes a leg up when it comes to becoming a faster, stronger, healthier athlete. But they're also here to inform. This week's Game Changer segment is about the Achilles tendon, how to train it so you stay injury-free.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, and today on Game Changers, we're going to talk about the Achilles tendon, how to train it to prevent injury and treat injuries. A tendon is flexible but non-elastic. It attaches a muscle to a bone. In the case of an Achilles tendon, it attaches the 2 heads of the calf muscle to the heel, and it's super important in taking that force that you produce in the calf and making you run and jump. As an athlete, your muscles should stay flexible and your tendons stiff. They should act like this. When I stretch this out, the yellow is your calf and the gray is your tendon. A flexible calf, a stiff tendon. When you work out, a lot of times you'll get knots in that muscle, in that calf muscle. So when that becomes tight and you try to stretch it, now the force is put through the tendon, and we don't want that compliance. I'm here with Allie from Utica High School, and we're going to demonstrate how to release the calf muscle to help prevent Achilles tendon problems or even treat them. Start out by taking a foam roll and rolling the back side of your calf. Find the spot that has a knot in it. Once you've found that knot, go ahead and take a ball. It can even just be a lacrosse ball. Put it right over that knot, deep pressure into that knot, completely relax the foot. This is super important. The foot's got to be relaxed in this position and the knee nice and relaxed. Hold this for 90 seconds. No more, no less. This is what the science tells us. After 90 seconds of that deep pressure, which might be a little uncomfortable, gently relax out of it and then perform a regular calf stretch. The next progression of this strain counter strain technique is then take a foam roller and place it right over that knot and then lean back into that foam roller. Hold that position with the foam rolling, pressing on that knot for another 90 seconds. Again, no more, no less. After 90 seconds of holding that knot, then go ahead and do a gentle calf stretch. The final progression is to really isolate that trigger point, that knot. So use again that lacrosse ball or tennis ball. Place it right on that knot, lean back into it, into this stretch position. Hold that pressure on that knot again for 90 seconds. After 90 seconds, come out of it gently and repeat a stretch. For more sports performance tips or to make an appointment with a DMC physical therapist or orthopedic specialist, visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
StateChampsW.com is the website designed for the female athlete here in the state of Michigan. It's also where you can catch the weekly Swing Away show with Sydney Carriel every Thursday. You can also get the latest updates in the Total Softball Player of the Year race. You can also find the show on the State Champs TV YouTube page. Here's what we filmed on the diamond this week.
On the west side, Wyoming hosting Calvin Christian on a cloudy, rainy day. Top of the third, Lorne Steenstra gets the bunt down for Calvin Christian, scoring Macy Verbeek. Calvin Christian up 2-0. Wyoming would have an answer in the bottom of the fourth. Treya Cross singles into right field, scoring Janissa Rawls from second base, getting the Wolves on the board. Top of the fifth we go, Calvin Christian with some more small ball. Macy Verbeek gets the bunt down this time, and Anna Zoet scores. It's 3-1. Top of the seventh, runners on second and third. Brooke Hunderman with the fly ball to right field, scoring. Verbeek, get this, Calvin Christian scored 5 runs in the game, and 4 of those came from Verbeek. Bottom of the seventh now, Wolves trying to rally down 4. They do score 1 run, but that would not be enough. Take a look at how this one ended. The fake throw from third, that gets the runner out there, and then they also get the out at second. What an exciting double play to finish this one off. Calvin Christian wins 5-2. Next up, we got South Lyon taking on Detroit Country Day. Let's fast forward to the top of the fourth. Lions with a runner on first, Julia Duncan rips an RBI double. That brings Leah Casca all the way home, and then South Lyon would add on 1 more in that inning to make it 2-0. In the top of the fifth, Lions with a runner on second. Ava Bradshaw knocks in Grace Walters with an RBI double as well. It's now 3-0. And Ava had herself a day on the mound as well. Remember, she is the defending Total Softball Player of the Year, and in this game, she showed us why. Ava racked up 16 strikeouts and 7 innings of work. How about that? As South Lyon went on to win 3-0.
Are you a student athlete in the class of 2024? Are you interested in joining the MHSAA Student Advisory Council? If so, now is the time to apply. We're looking for 8 new members, 4 boys and 4 girls, to join our existing 8 members from the class of 2023. If selected, you would serve for 2 years and help the council promote the educational value of interscholastic athletics. The council discusses issues dealing with the 4 S's of school sports: scholarship, sportsmanship, safety, and scope. A 5th S, student leadership, is also a common topic. Members help plan sportsmanship summits, captain's clinics, and other student leadership events. They also help hand out medals and trophies at MHSA championships and judge the Battle of the Fan entries. We meet 6 times a year plus attend a 24-hour summer leadership camp. It's a great way to strengthen your leadership skills, meet student athletes from across the state, and get an up-close and personal look at how high school sports are managed. To apply, go to mhsaa.com. Applications are due by 4:30 p.m. on Monday, April 25th.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers several degree programs that cater towards your interests. In joining Blue Devil Motorsports, students gain valuable career-enhancing experience in competitions that challenge them to tackle real-world design and engineering challenges. Any student at LTU can join one of the teams associated with Blue Devil Motorsports. Baja SAE allows engineering students to design and build an off-road vehicle that will survive rough terrain. When students collaborate together, they build a better product, problem solve, and represent Lawrence Tech on an international stage. Blue Devil Motorsports, just another of the fantastic programs offered to Lawrence Technological University students. Your college decision is one of the biggest you'll ever make. You owe it to yourself to consider Lawrence Tech. Begin at ltu.edu right now. Extra Innings is baseball, pure and simple. This excellent show drops Fridays on StateChampsNetwork.com and our State Champs TV YouTube page. Weekly coaches, interviews, and tons of baseball. Check it out. Let's kick it off in the Catholic League. The top team in Division III, the University Liggett Knights, had their first home game of the year as they welcomed in the top team in the country in the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglets. Brock Porter on the mound for St. Mary's, and he was dynamite. He dropped in 6 innings of work, striking out 12 Knights. Eaglet's bat struck first in the second inning. Runner on third for Blake Grimer, and he lifts one in the gap into left center field. That's off the wall. Ike Irish scores, an RBI double for Grimer. Next inning, Liggett with a runner on second. Jaron Purify at the dish. He rips one right past third base into left field. Preston Barr on his horse around third. The throw to the plate, not in time. That knotted it up at 1. Top 4, Grimer leading it off, and he puts a charge into this one into deep right field. The Tennessee commit a solo shot that gave the Eaglets the lead right back. Top 5, 1 run already in, and a runner on third for Parker Brustowich. A bouncing ball into left field, that scores another run. Jason Oliver comes in to close it out in the 7th for Orchard Lake. Clean inning, Orchard Lake wins the first game of the doubleheader, 7-2. We head out to the west side of the state now as Muskegon Mona Shores took on Zeeland West. Mona Shores junior Jackson Huffman on the bump in this one, and just last week he had a no-hitter against Grand Rapids Union. He was on his game in this one. He struck out 9 Zeeland West batters in his 5 innings of work. The Sailor bats were hot as well. Bryson Bellinger rips a single, that scores a pair to put the Shores up a 3 spot after 2 innings. Huffman helped his cause at the plate in the 3rd. He sends this one to left, 2 more across the dish. Sailors up 6-zip. Jump to the 5th now, and this is Diego Pena up to bat, hits it deep over the wall in left field for the 2-run jack. Muskegon Mona Shores goes on to beat Zeeland West in 5 innings, 10-0 your final. Well, hello and welcome to another update in our Michigan High School Boys Golfer of the Year contest. This award is made possible because of the great people with Tour Edge Golf. See for yourself why over 150 PGA Tour players have chosen to play Tour Edge, the pound-for-pound leader in golf club innovation and performance. You can find out more at touredge.com. My name is Lorne Plant. Of course, joining me all season to break down this competition is Michigan Golf Live's executive producer and host, Bill Hobson. Bill, how are you today?
I am doing great. Better than probably a lot of the boys playing golf right now because the weather's not cooperating. Snow in April should not happen.
I know. And I didn't say anything to you before because I wanted to get your reaction right off the bat of this because we have some breaking news here regarding this competition. And I guess something maybe we shouldn't be too surprised about. We have learned just in the last 24 hours that the returning Mr. Golf, Sheboygan's own PJ Maybank, is not playing high school golf this season. Now, he's just a junior in high school, and I do not know this, but I would say for PJ, and to borrow an old expression, he has bigger fish to fry, perhaps. So, Bill, you probably would know this better than anyone, as in other sports like, say, tennis, for example. If you have lofty expectations as a golfer, the spring high school season may not be the best avenue for you to pursue that.
It's one of the many reasons why the boys' golf season is in the wrong time of year. PJ is a talented player, and I have no doubt that he's somewhere warm working on his game and his education. I don't want people to think that he's not, in school.
Right.
But there are a lot of opportunities for instruction and competition year-round, and certainly in Sheboygan, that makes it's a very difficult setting if you really want to play golf at the next level. And for him, I would have to think colleges are calling all the time and making available some opportunities to play, whereas shoveling snow doesn't work that well for your short game.
Exactly right. And so good luck to PJ again. He's kind of already kind of done everything you can do in the high school game. He's Mr. Golf, so he's going to pursue other interests. So PJ will be replaced on our list. If any of our viewers know someone really good who deserves to be in our top 10, feel free to email me. And it's easy to remember. I created a new email address for this type of purpose, and it's simply idea@statechampsnetwork.com. So idea@statechampsnetwork.com. I will get it, and we will have a new candidate announced on next week's show. So we'll kind of go through our list. We have a watch list that's on the website right now, and if you go to statechampsnetwork.com, go to the contest page. Actually, on our homepage now is the Tour Edge Michigan High School Golfer of the Year contest banner, so it's really easy to find. You just click on that. It takes you right to the voting page, and if it's there where you can vote for any one of our top 9 candidates currently. And the contest is live. And let me tell you something, Bill, the votes are really coming in. They started coming in fast and furious. At the time of this recording, the Brother Rice Jr. and returning super teamer Lorenzo Pinilli has nearly 6,000 votes. And so, yeah, exactly. And his Brother Rice teammate is not far behind him. So he's leading the way. And what that is important to remember is because as the leader, he is guaranteed not to be removed from our top 10. And at the end of the competition, the leading vote getter will automatically get a spot in our final 4 and will automatically have a little bit of an advantage to really win the whole thing. So it pays to vote. So get out there and do it. You can do it at statechampsnetwork.com. So every week we're going to take one golfer. Bill's going to talk about him. State Champs had a chance to cover the Forest Hills Invitational last week. And another one of our candidates was there, and he is Spring Lake's Evan McDermott. He's a senior this year, a returning Division II first-team All-Stater, shot a 143 at the two-day state finals last year, which was good for 3rd overall individually. And I know we only had a few clips to show you, but there was a nice article written on Evan last year on MLive. What'd you think?
Well, Evan represents that multi-sport athlete that I think makes golfers better. He comes from a family, a lineage of athletes. He's got coaches and competitors, professional, amateur. I mean, the whole family has some connection to competition, which I think really serves you quite well in an individual sport like golf, where you have to go out, perform for yourself. You can't blame the defense. You can't blame the coach. Right. You got to hit the shots. And also, Evan comes in having made a decision at an early age whether to go into another sport or go towards golf. At 6'4" and very athletic, he decided to harness all that height and energy and athleticism and put it into golf, which means he hits it a mile. He's a very talented player and is already committed to go play for the Cornhuskers golf team in Nebraska. Now, when you have that level of attention coming your way, you're pretty darn talented at this game. So as he comes now in his senior year and he's winding it down, there's only really a few weeks left in those senior years. Here's the challenges for Evan. Don't let senioritis take over. You've got to close this thing out well and really cap off a high school career that had very few players as good as Evan is. So now, west side of the state, Spring Lake, Muskegon area. You talked about the votes that are coming in for the player at Brother Rice. It's time for the west side of the state to step up for one of their own and represent and say, we've got some talent over here as well at beautiful Spring Lake.
Absolutely. We talked about Jack Zubkis last week, who is another West Sider. And so, yeah, exactly. I think, Evan was down there in the low votes, so we need to get Evan some votes. So Spring Lake, you need to show up and represent for your guy. And remember, you can email us players that we need to consider for the list. We've got a space open right now. And or, again, big golf events that you think we should attend and cover on the State Champs Network. So once again, the email address is idea@statechampsnetwork.com, or you can just go to the contact page under the media and schedule tab at statechampsnetwork.com. Of course, that is where you vote for our golfer of the year. So, Bill, the weather, I understand, is going to be vastly improved, at least this weekend and hopefully next week.
We hope so, and it's really the best opportunity we will have when we get into consistent days of 60s and 70s. best chance we'll have to see the real talent of these young people come out. Right now, there's such a variable in competition depending on what the conditions are like. You could have really good players catch what we would call a really bad draw. You'll hear that sometimes in relation to a PGA Tour event where the guys who play in the morning went out in a hurricane, and by 2 p.m, it was a docile day and scoring was much lower. This happens in high school golf regionally all the time. Where you're located in the spring really can impact what kind of conditions you're playing in. So let's hope we get to a good stretch of weather. Players like Evan and the others can really put their best effort forward and give us a great feel for whose playing capacity is being maximized as opposed to their ability to just withstand the elements.
Absolutely. All right, for Bill Hobson, I'm Lorne Plant. That's it for this week's update in our State Champs Michigan's High School Boys Golfer of the Year race presented by Tour Edge. We'll see you next week.
The spring sports season has so many sports going on, it's hard to keep up. Here are some of the other sports coverage you can find on the State Champs socials right now. We start in the pool for some boys water polo as Jenison was at home to take on East Grand Rapids. Jenison came in ranked 5th in the latest water polo rankings, and they had a pair of juniors doing the majority of the scoring in this one. Ben Jansen would have a game-high 6 goals, and Kevin Roon would score the hat trick as the Wildcats would go on to beat East Grand Rapids 10-5 the final.
All right. Wildcats on 3! 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
I'm Greg Molson in Grand Blanc, where the Bobcats were hosting Rochester Adams on a windy day in GB. Adams with a free kick early on, but Abby Dranek sends it too high. At the other end, it's Sina Wassing with the centering pass to Anna Sabo, but her shot also too high. They remained scoreless into the second half when the Highlanders turn up the pressure. Dranak with the pass to Danielle Danko, but Mercy Aluko makes the stop for the Bobcats. Then it's Caitlin Dempster with another free kick for Adams, right to Aluko. Ariana James looking to win it in the final minutes. She gets off the shot, but Cassandra Maynard is in perfect position for the save, and this one ends in a scoreless draw between Rochester Adams and Grand Blanc.
Hey, for all you podcast fans, there's always plenty to listen to on the State Champ Sports Podcast Network. We have companion podcasts for both Face Off and Extra Innings. The softball podcast is a recruiting-based podcast called Diamond Gems, where Sydney Carriel, Donnie Dreher, and college-bound jocks Brian Chittister talk nothing but athletes. All of our podcasts can be found on our preferred platform, Spreaker. Just go to Spreaker.com and search State Champs Network. And know this, all of our podcasts are available on any podcast platform you prefer.
State Champs RoboZone has videos up right now with team profiles from the recently completed First in Michigan State Championships. State Champs RoboZone can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it has its own YouTube channel. Just search RoboZone Show.
And just as a friendly reminder, all State Champs Network can be found on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Just search State Champs Michigan or State Champs W or State Champs RoboZone. We have 2 websites, StateChampsNetwork.com, and for all of our female sports coverage, StateChampsW.com.
If you are a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick user, download the free streaming app and check out our programming on your television or computer. I'm Elizabeth Coon.
And I'm Lorne Plant. Enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend. We'll see you next Friday. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself.
State Champs is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA.
The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Male and Female Athlete of the Year Awards. Who will be this year's Athletes of the Year? Find out live Monday, June 6th, only on the State Champs Michigan Network.
U.S. Navy recruiting. Call 313-315-2560 and talk to a local officer to find out how the Navy can take you anywhere, from the sea to the stars. Tour Edge Golf, the Boys Golf Player of the Year presented by Tour Edge. See for yourself why over 150 PGA Tour players have chosen to play Tour Edge, the pound-for-pound leader in golf club innovation and performance at touredge.com.
And Oakland School's technical campuses, designed for any student who wants to graduate high school with industry certifications, on-the-job experiences, business connections, and college credits. Check them out at ostconline.com.